The following is a presentation of the Black Hollywood Live Network, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. Hollywood redefined. From Los Angeles, California, streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is Black Hollywood Live, the branded athlete, featuring in-depth interviews with and commentary on today's biggest and most successful athletes. Black Hollywood Live, Hollywood redefined.
You're listening to Black Hollywood Live.
And now, the host of Black Hollywood Live, the branded athlete.
Alabama,
Hey.
Mama Louisiana.
Hey, turn up,
You feel
turn
me?
up.
That Creole, Texas Mountain.
I want to do
Texas.
the leg
Oh
dance.
yeah. What dance is that?
Go for it.
The leg dance.
We got Charlie over here dancing.
Turn up, turn up.
Got Dre over here turning up to
know
a
I
formation. Do you know this song, Dre?
Actually, I've never heard this song before.
Ooh,
Am I
you're missing
behind?
out.
I heard her other new one.
I heard it.
Not her new one. I like the new Rihanna one though.
Well, that was
With
last
Drake.
week.
This
That
is
was
the
last
Super
week.
Bowl song. This is when she did the halftime
yes.
show, right?
This one she did. She did this one.
She did this one.
At the Super Bowl was the first I heard of this song.
I was just looking at her. I wasn't even listening.
You're
to
watching
the, song.
the branded athlete.
I was looking at her.
Dre was looking at Beyonce. You're watching us, Branded Athlete, every Thursday night at 7 o'clock. Glad you guys are joining us tonight. Make sure you talk to us on Twitter while we are talking to you. I'm Erica Renee Davis. You can find me on Snapchat, Periscope, Twitter, and Instagram at Erica Renee D.
Andre Dean, you know what it is, man. Andre the Giant, AUNDRETHAGIANT, and that's the Twitter and the Instagram. Holla at me.
Hey guys, Charlie Myers here. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Charles L. Myers.
What's up, everybody out there? It's Joshua Johnson. Find me on social media at JJ the Talented.
And as always, follow all things Black Hollywood Live on blackhollywoodlive.com. You can follow Black Hollywood Live on Twitter at BHL Online and follow us on Instagram at The Branded Athlete. And Raina's missing today, but Charlie, you probably remember from the beginning of our season. So Charlie's back.
What do you do?
Charlie's back.
Turn up.
Yeah, so
Charlie bit me.
Charlie bit you? What?
Remember the YouTube?
No.
You remember the YouTube?
Unfortunately, I hear it every day.
Charlie knows what I'm talking about. Charlie knows what I'm talking
Well, as long as
about.
he knows.
Okay,
It's
I
a
know.
viral video. He's not offended.
Yeah.
Because this side of the table is closed.
Well, we
Okay.
ain't know.
Hot takes. Josh, you go ahead and start the show for us this week.
Super Bowl 50
Ballin'.
is in the books.
Oh.
You know what? Should we go over the predictions?
Well,
Because
yeah.
we were
Yeah, absolutely.
totally-
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I was watching and I saw you were the only one that won. What was that?
No, for once. When
try
they say
to talk
a broken
to him.
clock is right twice a day.
I
Right.
try to
Right?
tell him.
No, this is like the first time you've never gotten a prediction right.
What did I? No, actually, you're actually incorrect. But what did I say?
I
The
mean,
key.
I don't remember. It was.
See, people don't remember sometimes. when
Why
you're
we even talk about
I
this
said
last week?
The defense. I said
You
the
did,
defense.
you did.
That was going to be the deciding factor. They had
You
not played a
did.
defense that was like that could match up with them like that. When you got linebackers that can hold receivers, when you got linebackers that can shut down that tight end who didn't have very many catches
Right,
that
right.
game
Yeah.
because they had Von Miller on him. They had
did.
Brandon Marshall on him, and he can single a guy and take him out of the game.
you were right. You were right for once.
You weren't lying.
At least
I'm
it was
gonna
a big
give you.
game.
I'm gonna give you your credit. I mean, but you had to pick somebody anyway. But I give you your credit because when I watched the game, I was like, man, why does Carolina keep running this ball? They're not getting anywhere.
I said the
They
same
keep running
thing.
the same play over and over and over. Then they throw it. They're not getting anywhere.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, okay. Denver's defense is legit. They are shutting Cam and the Panthers down, and they got it done.
So it's funny that you say that because when I was watching the game, I was like, this is the hardest defense they've faced the whole entire season.
Definitely.
I felt like they had an easy record throughout the whole entire through the whole entire season.
Ooh, that's a brave
Yeah,
statement
I'm
right
just
there,
saying.
man.
I'm just saying. I feel like Carolina had it easy.
I mean, it's not easy to go 15
It's
to 1
not-
though.
I'm about to
say,
in
it's
NFL.
hard
It don't
to-
matter who you play.
Anytime to win double-digit games
Yeah.
in any season,
Right.
whether you playing in college or if you playing in the NFL, so you can't really take that away
I mean,
from
if they
them.
played the Raiders every week, they
Yeah.
still would be 15 to 1.
Wait, aren't you a Raiders fan, Charlie?
I'm a Charger
Okay,
fan.
you're a Charger fan.
Oh,
Okay,
okay. All right, we
Well,
dig it.
my thing with the Super Bowl, the Panthers to me not only could not stand up against Denver's defense, but their offense looked way more vanilla than I'd seen it all season long. It was as if it was a completely different team. I was asking myself, where was the team from regular season? Where was the postseason Carolina Panthers who shut out the Seahawks first half 31-0. Those Panthers never showed up.
Didn't show up.
That
missing.
also gave up 26 points in the second.
You're right.
You know
You're
what I
right.
mean?
You're right
So,
about that. You're right
yeah.
about that. Okay.
I think, like I said, I think the biggest thing was just the fact that those linebackers are so diverse. Like they can actually cover. If you've seen it, the linebackers were covering receivers.
Yeah.
Like they
Yeah.
would put Von Miller on a receiver and bring in another linebacker, and he
Right.
would cover him.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, and that's
Swat
hard
balls,
when you
yeah.
got 3 or 4 cornerbacks that's all great players.
Yeah.
And you got 2 linebackers that can actually cover.
Was it 8 sacks that they had on?
I stopped counting after 4.
I think it was 7 or 8, but it's a lot. And then they got 5. You know, they had 5 in the AFC game before that. They had 5.
You gotta change,
sacks.
like to your point. You gotta change your offensive plan.
Yeah, at
you
halftime,
can't run the
yeah.
ball. You can't run the ball. Once it.
But what else could they do though? What else could they
That's
really
the
do?
thing, yeah,
They
that's
had,
the
you know,
thing.
Well, because we've been saying all season long that besides Olsen, is it Ginn? Olsen and Ginn, he doesn't really have any offensive weapons. Like Newton, Olsen, and Ginn were the offense, and so that came to bite them in the ass towards the end. But
That's it.
Josh, go ahead.
We've been talking about this, but
Yeah.
did the game live up to the hype at all? It was really
No.
hyped up. We had
No,
15-1
it was
going in for the
boring.
Panthers.
Absolutely.
Peyton Manning's
No.
possibly last game.
What?
Did it
How
live
was
up to
that
the
game?
hype?
How did that game
what is-
straight live up
Why
to
is
the
there
hype?
no? Why is there no yes?
Well,
No, go.
I don't want. Yeah, but what is the hype? Like when you ask for the hype, the hype is
Super
a
Bowl.
great. The hype is a great game. That was a great game. You can say it was a low-scoring game. It was a defensive game.
Well,
Defense wins championships, and I think that's what that game came down to.
I
was
think
the
it
defense.
depends on how you look at it, though, because most people would consider a great game a high-scoring, exciting game, or a very close game
Or a
that comes
very
down
close
to the end.
game, yeah. Like last year's Super Bowl came down to the Malcolm Butler interception.
But it wasn't a blowout game.
It wasn't a blowout.
It wasn't a blow. It was that game could have changed. All it took was one touchdown, one big play, and for the Panthers to have their momentum and to be back in the game. But they never had that big play. They scored off of long, sustained drives. You know what I mean? It wasn't much room for big plays
Charlie,
because
what-
the secondary and the linebackers was on it.
Live up to the hype, yes or no?
I would say no. I'm with you, Eric.
Yeah.
I mean, with that, yes, I do agree with you. So if you don't know, I love baseball. It was the equivalent of a pitching duel for me. So I love pitching duels, but there's a point where you're like, okay, I want a little bit of offense. Run the ball, get out of the pocket. He never left the pocket.
Yeah.
He couldn't because he was contained. Because the defensive ends had outside
Yeah.
containment, and they were sacking his butt every time he tried
Yeah.
to move.
He had Michael Orr on the blind side, just
Yeah.
being on
Right.
the blind side. He must have been really blind.
He really must have been. That was awful.
I mean, what I don't want people to do is take away from the fact that Denver played a hell of a game on defense. No doubt that
They did.
the Panthers is one of the greatest offense, one of the best offenses. They were the number 1 offense.
They did, but defense
And
is
that was
so
the number 1
boring, though.
defense.
Defense is boring.
Well,
You want to see offense.
and then neither team's offense was exciting to me.
Nah.
So
Yep.
so you have two offenses that were like blah, and then the defense for Denver was the only part of the team, the teams that showed up.
Yep.
So that makes for a very boring game. So I appreciate that defense.
Boring?
It was boring.
It was a very boring game.
There was no.
You know, if you have a
no
Panthers in
punt
there,
return,
I'm
no-
expecting to see some
Right,
really
I feel you.
high-powered offense, some scoring.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel
But,
you.
I mean,
and you wanted to see the Cam Newton dab.
Yeah.
You wanted to see the.
I mean, some people did
I
it,
saw
some
the
people
Cam
did.
Newton fall. That
Yeah.
was about it.
I saw the fall. OMG, what? And are we talking about? I mean, what was up on that? I mean, I don't want to jump on you, but what was up with that ball on the ground?
Oh, when he didn't dive for the ball.
Oh, yeah, he just stood there.
What do
He
y'all
stood
think?
there and
What do
looked
y'all
Was he
think about
protecting?
that?
I thought maybe he was trying to protect himself, not getting hurt by jumping in there.
I think that he thought his people were going to get it.
I think so too. I think but in that game, in that big of a game, you can't second guess and say, someone else is gonna get it. You have to
Word.
sacrifice your body. Like it's the off season now. You have 6 months to heal from whatever injury you're about to get by jumping on this ball.
That's
And it's the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
By any means necessary. Now,
Yeah.
the game was boring, but did the halftime show make up for it at all?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, Charlie, you say no.
I
it
love
was dope.
Beyonce. I love Bruno Mars. Coldplay did not do it for me.
Okay.
They were a little.
Oh man.
Dre, did you
really?
watch? Did you watch that
Yeah,
time?
man, I was watching Beyonce, you know, all the time. I thought it was dope. I like the whole battle thing that they had going on with Bruno Mars and Beyonce. I thought that was really, really cool and clever how they kind of mixed it. Because we didn't really know Bruno Mars was going to be doing anything. We heard about Beyonce. That was in the media and the news. I didn't even hear about Coldplay either. So I thought it was cool that we got a chance to see like a whole performance and some cast that we didn't really expect to see. So
I think
thought it was dope.
it's interesting that you have to bring on Bruno Bruno and Beyonce. Why do you laugh?
I was like, where were you? Coldplay was supposed to be the main act.
Oh, that was
Yeah,
I didn't see that though. I didn't see that. I saw Beyonce.
That's what people are
I saw.
saying. People are saying
I saw
like
Beyonce.
right after it happened, people are saying like Beyonce and Bruno Mars overshadowed Coldplay, who was the main act.
Yeah.
But I see it
Thankfully.
differently
I
because
didn't
look,
hear
you
about
can
it.
laugh at me all you want, but I'm a Coldplay fan. I like Coldplay. I've been to the show.
I like Coldplay
They put on a
too.
good show.
Don't get me wrong, I like him too.
Yeah.
I really like, and people out there really give a lot of hate to Coldplay, but I think everybody knows at least one or two Coldplay
That's
songs,
fine.
and they enjoy it.
But there's a time and a place for everything, and a time and a place to get hype is the Super Bowl, and Coldplay does not bring the turn up.
So yeah, to that point, I don't I feel like Coldplay would have been the equivalent of having Adele there and be like, all right, hello, that's cool. I feel no lead up to that.
It was questionable.
I think
most definitely
the
decision
key
was
to that was diversity. You know what I mean? Because you want to have a diverse audience, a diverse crowd to be able to watch that show, and for everybody, so many people watch the Super Bowl.
True.
All
That's
different
right.
types of people.
120
That's a
million.
very good point. You
So,
covered
I
more
think-
than one base.
Exactly.
You
I
did.
think it was just a diversity. You didn't want just hip hop. You didn't want just R&B. You wanted to mix it up and put a little bit of everything. And I think they did a good job of kind of mixing it up
No,
and
I
putting it
agree.
together. You know what I mean?
I mean, they could have put something like really, far out, just not far out, but just in terms of who they had originally, was if they put some, country or somebody in there like that. Because still, Coldplay, Bruno Mars, and Beyonce are still like a mainstream pop.
Yeah.
So,
True.
but I get your point. You make a good point that it was kind of diverse because the audience is diverse.
I don't know if you guys heard this, but originally it was supposed to be Metallica.
Oh, see, thank God they scratched
I
that.
wouldn't even watch. I don't even know if I would watch that.
See, and I like Metallica, but again, I don't want to see them in a Super Bowl setting. I really don't.
Right, it just doesn't seem to fit.
And I just, before you jump on to the next topic, I do want to give a shout out to Beyonce because she's getting a lot of political heat right now for her dancers having dressed as Black Panthers. Rudy Giuliani, the former mayor of New York, said that she's inciting police violence from having her dancers dressed as Black Panthers. And if you watch the formation video, you see how a politician could try to make that connection, because the formation video pays tribute to Black Lives Matters and social issues that we've seen over the past year and the past several years. So, of course, politicians are going to try to spin it however they can try to spin it. But Beyonce, you did your thing. Your thighs are looking good.
Looking great. Looking great.
Look, but you know what? For some reason, I wasn't really noticing the dancers. I know were they dressed the same as Beyonce? Because she looked like Michael Jackson to me.
Yeah.
So.
That's kind of what I got too. Even
You get
with
the Michael
Bruno
Jackson?
Mars, I got that from both of them.
Right.
Like that was almost like not the imitation, but that was like the vibe. Like that's what they were going for. I got that
Were the
too.
dancers dressed the same way?
They were a little different.
Yeah, the dancers had afros and like the Kangol that Black Panthers used to wear. And then before the show, they were tweeting, and after the show, they were tweeting and posting Instagram pictures of Mario Woods' name, which is the latest victim from I think from the Bay Area to get killed, to get gunned down by police, an unarmed Black guy. So they took an opportunity to use their Black Panther-esque attire and to make a statement. So Rudy Giuliani, you need to go have a seat and go suck one. Go suck one.
Man.
Well, look. What did you guys think about the commercials? Because when it comes to the Super Bowl, everyone is always talking about the commercials, and they're usually funny commercials. They're usually thoughtful commercials. They're sentimental commercials. This year for me, the commercials fell seriously flat.
Yeah.
Flatter than
I feel like they tried
Cam
too
Newton's
hard.
game.
I feel like they tried too hard. Puppy Monkey Baby, was it?
Yeah, I tweeted, I was like, is this like porn? It looked like porn.
That was the most
It was
weirdest
very
looking creature.
uncomfortable.
Wasn't that weird? Look, that just
Like-
What was that one that they had? Or y'all talking about the one where they had like the generations of the did y'all see that
No,
one?
we saw that too.
So that was Super Bowl babies.
yeah.
I like that one.
Oh, okay.
that
So
was
you said
creepy.
baby, so I
Why
thought
was
you were
that?
talking about that
No,
Why
one.
was
there was
that?
like an actual creature that looked like a puppy on the head,
Yeah.
a monkey in the body, and the baby on the
It was
the
for
feet.
a soda or for some kind of
It
soft
was Mountain Dew. Now I did want to give Mountain
It
Dew
was
the
disgusting.
drink a try after that, just because it was a crazy commercial and the drink sounded interesting. Cause it was like a mix of juice.
Oh, yeah.
What was it?
I don't know.
I haven't tried it yet.
That's the sad part about it is we don't even remember what they're selling.
And
I
that's
remember
that's
at
your
the
answer
time.
right
I
there.
remember at the time it was something I wanted to try because it was grape. I think it was grape flavor.
Oh, they had a
black
great
people
flavor.
love
The black guy in the commercial, I
grape
think,
drink.
had the grape drink.
the
too.
grape
Great drink with his great microphone.
Right, but then the whole generation of Super Bowl babies, that was kind of an awkward,
I thought it was-
strange
I like
commercial
that.
to me.
I like
That's
that,
the
though.
one I like. That's the one I
I'm
like.
like,
out of all
that's
of
weird.
them.
Why are you celebrating
Charlie, did
the
you
fact
like
that
it?
people
I
get
did.
it on?
That's
I
what
did. I
like.
thought it was interesting. I thought it was the most creative out
Yeah.
of all the commercials.
Because aren't there other instances where you know that people are going to have babies. Like people, for example, after a big blizzard in a town or a region that doesn't normally have a blizzard, like in 9 months, like there are a lot of babies.
Yeah, but
So, So
You excited?
I mean,
Yeah, I
after
appreciate
watching
that.
that Super Bowl, did you feel particularly ready to?
No, absolutely not. My ovaries shut down as soon as that defense shut Carolina down.
Well, puppy monkey baby didn't do it for you either.
Licking on your face? No?
Heck nah. Heck nah.
My favorite commercial, though, I didn't see it during the actual show, was the daddy-daughter. The NFL players doing their daughter's hair is the Pantene campaign, and it came out on YouTube about 3 or 4 days before the Super Bowl. And D'Angelo Williams is doing his daughter's hair, and then Jason Witten from the Cowboys is doing his daughter's hair. And it's really, really creative. Again, I did not see it during the Super Bowl.
I didn't see that either. I'm gonna check that.
But yeah, it's
Cool.
really
Yeah.
sweet. So
That sounds
football players
cool.
doing their daughter's hair, and it's a Pantene commercial.
Yep.
Did you
That
see
sounds
it?
dope. Check
Yeah,
that
I
out.
did see it.
You didn't see it?
Did they play it during the Super Bowl or no?
I didn't see it.
I didn't see it at all.
I about to say I don't remember.
No,
seeing that.
I was
That sounds
drunk.
cool.
Anybody
though.
drive a Prius? You drive a Prius?
Nah.
You drive a Prius?
Kissel.
Oh.
Oh.
Wait, what?
Close.
A Kia Soul.
It's close.
Oh, okay.
It's
I
just
don't
not-
know
Close
why.
enough.
He seemed like
Just
a
not
Prius driver for some reason. Like he just looked very Prius. But what about that whole Prius commercial? Did you the whole? It was like a series of commercials, but they were
Oh,
going on the
yeah.
run.
I know which where they're like running from the cops.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
It was alright.
Yeah.
It was alright.
What about the storyline of the Super Bowl? You had one where it could be Peyton Manning's last game. You had one where the possibly new golden boy of the NFL on a 15-1 record coming to the Super Bowl could possibly overshadow Peyton Manning. I mean, how did that go for you?
I think they did a good job of because as we all said, the game wasn't high power, high scoring. So I think that was really what people was looking forward to, seeing like, oh, we got the great, one of the greatest potentially against one of the youngest greatest potentially, and I think that built up the hype even more for the game because the game wasn't super exciting. So I think that really made it.
Yep.
At least it gave it something to talk about. Either way, whichever quarterback won. I think that's my opinion though.
Peyton Manning's last game.
Yeah, it's definitely last game. I mean, as much as I want to see him go to the Rams,
Yes.
I don't think
Is
it's
it
gonna happen.
are you for real? Like, is that really is that a thing?
I think it kind of is a thing. I mean,
Why would he do that?
Because I think that Peyton Manning has the Brett Favre syndrome where he doesn't know what else to do with his life. I think he's probably a little more well-adjusted than Brett Favre is, but not so much that he wouldn't play another season. And the Rams would need a leader like him.
Yep.
I think he's gonna try to come back for some reason.
Not to the Broncos?
Well, I don't know where he's gonna
Oh.
go. I mean, but I think he's gonna try to come back and play, and I really hope that he doesn't because, dude,
Don't be like Kobe.
right?
You passed the torch.
You don't want him on
Yeah.
the Rams anyway, because he's never gonna hand it off to Todd Gurley.
Well, yeah, he's gonna have to hand out the Todd Gurley because he can't. He has a noodle for an arm. He can't pass it down the field.
But he's a passing quarterback. He's
Well-
gonna get his numbers in.
Well, we'll see.
I just don't. Yeah, I think he's because I feel like if he wasn't gonna come back, they kept asking him at the end of the game. I want to go take a beer and have.
You-
drink with
yeah,
my
you know
family."
he wasn't gonna
You know
say
what I
it.
mean?
He
Like
wasn't
I'm
gonna
like
say it to
he
them.
ain't gonna say it, but I don't know, man. I hope he doesn't come back. I think you should end your career winning the Super Bowl. What better way can you end your
I agree.
career? Doing your thing like that with the Broncos and beating such a great team, and that team was 15-1, man. That was an amazing
Yeah,
team.
yeah.
I mean, I think you go out like a champ, man, and hang it up. That's what I think.
Next
Shit.
year, who's in it?
I have Packers Colts.
Packers Colts.
Yeah.
Why you think the Colts?
Just because I mean I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, it's not going to be the Texans. It's not going to be the Jaguars. It's not going to be the Bills. It's not going to be the Jets. I think the Patriots are finding year after year after year that even though they have the best coaching staff in the NFL, that they are also mortal. I can't pull. Not going to be the Chargers. Not So that's the only reasonable pick that I could get out of the AFC.
Okay.
I just pulled something out of my butt.
You know what? I would say either the Patriots. I would probably say the Patriots and the Broncos.
No,
But
you
you got
can't.
to do an NFC team. What's it?
I would say the Patriots and the Broncos because I have no
No,
idea.
that's not possible.
I have no idea who's going to be on that other side. Like you said, it ain't no teams that separated themselves enough. I don't think Carolina is going to go back.
Come on,
again.
Seahawks, Packers, Falcons.
I don't know. It's so much stuff going on that side.
Well,
like
make a
none of
bold
them have
prediction.
I don't want to make a prediction. I just want to say
Yeah.
I think the Patriots or the Broncos is going to be back in it, and I don't know who's going to be on
Oh,
the
I
other
see what you're
side.
saying. Okay.
I don't know who's
Oh,
going to
I
be on the
got
other
you, I
side.
got you.
I'm
Yeah.
curious to see. I think it's going to be really interesting to see who shows up on that other side, but in the NFC. But I think for sure it's going to be the Patriots and the Broncos on the other side.
Help me if it's the Patriots.
Yeah, seriously.
You guys are all gonna be shocked after this. So I think the Chargers are gonna pull it out, because they're staying in San Diego and they want to stay in San Diego, and Phillip Rivers is gonna lead them to a championship.
That's the worst prediction I've heard all year long. Okay.
Quote me
That's
on that.
worse than when y'all thought I was saying the Patriots is gonna be playing against the Broncos. That what you talking about?
That's what I thought you
The
said.
Chargers.
Chargers.
And I did because I should have said Patriots or the Broncos. I did say the Patriots and the Broncos,
Well,
so that was my mistake.
Charlie, that's a bad prediction. Sorry.
Quote me on that. It's gonna happen.
Okay.
Yep.
Quote 'em.
We'll go roll the tape. What you got, Josh?
Okay, I got Panthers Patriots.
Okay.
So you thinking they gonna go back?
Or Panthers Bengals.
Oh, I like that. Bengals. I forgot about them. I forgot about the Bengals.
I can see the
I
Bengals.
love Andy Dalton.
Yeah.
I love Andy. That's my boy, man. I would love to see him play in the Super Bowl.
Me too.
But I just
or at least out the first
their
round.
team is
Oh,
they
man,
team's
they
right.
can
just
do it.
Can't get. It's like they can't get
Yeah.
over that.
It's almost like the
hump.
Clippers.
It's
Really?
But they can go further.
It is.
Yeah, right?
It is.
They have all the potential.
Guys,
is.
and speaking of the Clippers, let's keep this conversation moving. Let's talk about the Clippers, Charlie.
Yep. So Blake Griffin got a 4-game suspension with no pay for an incident involving an equipment manager.
Applause. Can we
yeah.
get the applause sound?
Yeah.
Do we have that in here?
Whatever.
Applause. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that's a small suspension.
You don't think it was enough?
Nah, I mean, okay, he's injured right now, and then he's gonna have 4 games and then come back, and then they're gonna trade him.
See,
This is just what I
think
told. This is just what I said they should do. The Clippers need to handle this as an organization. It wasn't up to the NBA as a governing body. The Clippers
And the
should
Clippers
handle
did handle it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying that I'm right. That's
Okay,
all I'm
yeah,
saying.
okay.
Is that this is what they should have done, and I'm glad they did this.
Okay.
He deserved to be suspended. He was
did.
stupid.
I mean,
yeah.
he did. Okay, so my thing, and I said this a few weeks ago, he had a fight with a friend. Now, granted, this friend was a part of the equipment management team. He's a part of the Clippers organization. It was still his homeboy. At the end of the day, that's still his home. He got in a fight.
Oh,
with,
no.
He got in a fight. So that'd be like if Dre and I fought after the show, and then BHL producers decided.
No, if you guys fought and somehow you ended up in the hospital and couldn't come for the next 3 months, then
First
yeah,
of all,
there you
I'm
go.
not fighting a female. So
Then-
let's
then,
go
like,
ahead
you
and
guys did something
you and
stupid.
Raina fight.
and you shouldn't, and if she put you out for the next, couple of shows where you missed, yeah, that's stupid on your part for getting in a fight.
Okay, it's stupid, but all I'm saying is that, Charlie, I disagree. I don't think the suspension should have been any harsher than it was because it was really just some bros having a fight. And then second of all, Twitter has been lighting up for the past several days about Blake being traded to the Nuggets. Look, there's no reason for Blake to be traded anywhere. Granted,
Ain't going nowhere.
Clippers would do better, I think, if they got rid of him.
But that's a false narrative. You guys are choosing to believe it's not the truth. Yeah, we're doing well right now because Blake is not playing, but also if you follow Clipper basketball for the past 3 seasons, January to February, either Chris Paul or Blake has been hurt for the past 3 consecutive seasons, and we always go on a run and are successful without one of our key players. So
That is true.
So this is no different.
That is true. You
So-
know what else is true? For the past 3 seasons, they can't make out the second round.
And you know what else
so
is
what
true?
difference does
You
it
don't
make?
have a
That's
basketball
exactly
team
what
to
I'm
watch
saying.
because you're a Laker fan, so why are you hating?
I don't care. We're getting Ben Simmons next year anyway.
So I have something to say, and you're gonna hate me for it.
Okay.
So I feel like with the keys that they have, they will never win a championship, ever. They need a point guard.
Ooh,
Wait.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
A three.
They need a power forward.
about to
And I
say,
feel
hold on.
I feel like if they trade Blake Griffin,
for who, Charlie?
They'll have money to go out and get.
there you go.
the
If they're
pieces that
paying,
they
they're
need.
paying for C3, and they're paying
For DJ.
for DJ, and eliminate that one, and then you can go get some.
Go get who?
Some number 1 draft picks. You can get a number 1 draft pick with him.
But here's the thing, like
Go get Andre Drummond.
People forget year after year after year that 18-year-old, 19-year-olds out of high school, out of college now, it looks sexy on paper. But look at the Timberwolves, all a bunch of sexy young players, and
They're balling.
Are they
I mean, the
balling?
Timberwolves aren't winning, but the players are balling.
Exactly. My point exactly. You
I was like balling, what? But they are balling though.
Towns is balling.
the B League?
You can't hang your hat on a bunch of 19-year-olds to save your franchise. It takes years to develop them. So all I gotta say is anybody out there who thinks that Blake is gonna get traded to the Nuggets or to anywhere, I almost said something really bad. You're delusional, Charlie.
But they're never gonna win against the Spurs or the Warriors.
Well, I'm not worried about the Spurs. We took care of them
this
last
year you have to know.
I'm not worried about
Let's
the
just
Spurs.
let's just come to reality now. You like the Clippers. You
I love
love
the
that's your
Clippers.
team. But let's just think about it. Because I saw a stat
Come
today
to
that for the
reality.
first time in NBA history, we have 2 teams before the All-Star break having 42 wins.
Yes.
Is that the stat? Did you see that
Yeah,
same stat?
yeah.
The stat. Okay, so how are the Clippers going to get past Golden State, Spurs, and Oklahoma?
Well, first of all, you
way.
have to think about round by round. So So
first round they'll get past.
Well, hold on though, but
always
we're
do.
gonna get past the first round with ease because Marc Gasol is out. So we're gonna get past a Memphis Grizzlies team that's beat up. We're probably gonna beat them in 4 games, where you never know what number 1 and number 2 and number 3 seeds are gonna have to go through in their first rounds, playing the Rockets or playing the Mavericks.
Well, number 1, 2, and 3, they'll have easier games than the Clippers.
But no, they won't, because you have the Rockets, you have the Mavericks at the bottom right now. So
And those are two.
And
both,
they're
they're not horrible
those
teams.
series can go 7 games, but I'm okay. I digress.
I don't agree with
and
that.
I will agree. I will step in and agree, and then we rarely agree, but I will step in and agree on that. First of all, Blake Griffin is not going anywhere, not anytime soon. Because he hasn't.
He's the face
been
of the
hurt,
franchise.
right? You know what I mean? He is the face of the franchise, and he's been hurt so much this season. He hasn't even had a chance to really. You can't even say that he hasn't helped. I mean. He's Blake Griffin. That is the franchise of that team. And also, like she said, if a team goes 7 games a series, that takes a toll on your body. No matter who's playing, that's gonna take a toll on your body. And I just don't think that I don't think Griffin is going anywhere, man. But I also don't think they're gonna win the NBA Finals. But I think they have just as good a chance to win as anybody else, any other team.
other than the Warriors.
Well, yeah.
They're going back to back.
Yeah,
but you
quite
never know
possibly.
though, because playoffs is so it's so different. It's so hard to beat a team like consistently, and you just never know what can happen. You never know what can happen, especially when you playing here one game, the next game you playing at somebody else's home. You really just never know what can happen.
And then not only that, Blake has basically had a whole season off. He's going to be in complete beast mode and healthy and just ready to ball out of control after being off for 3 months.
Well, look, I know this topic is about Blake, not the Clippers, but if the Clippers have the same scenario that we've seen the past few years, what happens then?
You have to really make a push to get somebody at the wing, at the 3, because I think that's where we're lacking.
That's it. You don't get rid of the coach. You don't move some key players.
I mean, I don't.
You just get a 3.
I don't think you can move. You can't move CP3 because name another point guard out there that you want. I don't want Russell Westbrook, his psycho behind in the 4th quarter of games. I don't want Kyrie Irving because Kyrie Irving is perpetually hurt. I mean, what point guard is out there? I don't want somebody coming. I don't want a Ben Simmons or somebody coming out of college. I don't want to put my franchise in the hands of a 19-year-old.
I'm not saying get rid of Chris
No.
Paul. I'm
Okay.
just wondering what your opinion is. I wouldn't say get rid
I'm
of
just
Chris
saying that I think we really need to make a push for a strong 3 and a strong backup point guard, like a Darren Collinson or a Bledsoe again, like we used to have.
Paul. You was gonna say something, Chuck?
The last thing I'm gonna say is never a bride, always a bridesmaid. So
Hey, listen, I get it. And let me tell you who else was a bridesmaid this past weekend. Cam Newton. Cam Newton was a bridesmaid.
Leave that man alone.
He was a bridesmaid this past weekend. He did not win the Super Bowl. He was a runner-up. What they say? 2nd place is the first loser or whatever.
Yeah, back on the no fear shirts back in
Second
the
place,
90s. Remember that?
First
You
one
were
to
the no fear
lose.
shirt.
Second place is the first one to lose.
Yeah. So Cam Newton was the first one to lose. He walked off the dais, of course, in the middle of the Super Bowl press conference, and he's gotten a lot of slack for that, and people have called him a sore loser. He has quoted Lombardi and said, I think it was Vince Lombardi who he quoted and said, "Show me a good loser and I'll show you a loser." And he has not apologized so far for storming off the stage. So I want to know, do you guys think he should apologize?
I thought he did. I thought I saw a story.
he's not going to.
I don't think he apologized, Josh. Correct me if I'm
shouldn't.
wrong.
Can you look that up?
shouldn't
You got the bigger
apologize.
screen. I thought he apologized.
I thought his comment was
This was just today. That's why I'm saying.
okay.
I don't even think he should apologize.
Well,
And-
let's say he didn't apologize.
Okay.
Should he apologize if he hasn't, and if he has, should he have apologized?
I mean, thank you.
Oh, they were looking it up right now.
Go ahead. You were saying something.
Now, I don't think that he should apologize. I mean, he loves the game. He has fun winning. He has fun. It's nothing wrong with you getting upset when you lose. But what is wrong is when you don't jump and try to dive on that ball. I don't care. I don't care what. And I know that's a little off, and I'm gonna jump right
that's
back.
okay,
But
it's okay.
but I think that just shows a lack of leadership because this is the Super Bowl game. I don't, like you said, it doesn't matter what happens. You need to jump down there and try to protect that ball, especially when you're the one who put it on the ground.
Ooh.
Now, I don't think he should apologize though. Going back, I think
And he didn't.
He didn't apologize.
and he didn't.
Okay.
I mean, I think he's an emotional player. I think he loves the game. And just like anybody, when you lose, you're upset. And also, if you go back and listen to that interview, they were doing an interview in the same room as the other team.
The Broncos. Yeah.
Broncos.
Worried about the
And
Warriors
so
already.
So if you can, I wish we can pull it up. I should have brought it, and we may play it next week if we can. But they were actually, he was listening to the other players speak about him, talking about him as their interview was going on in the same room. And if you can hear it, if you watch that video, that is really why I think he got up and left.
Okay.
Because he didn't want to hear them. They were literally
Well, why would they put him in the
bashing
same room? Huh?
I mean,
But that's how the setup was. It really was like that. So you had one team on one side with the panel, and then you had the other team on the other side, and they were interviewing them.
so
at
was
the
he
same
out of
time.
line? Was he out of line for getting up like that?
No, I don't
Okay.
think he was. I don't think he was. I think I'd rather him do that than to say something that he's gonna regret, or to say something foolish, or to say something dumb, or let his emotions speak for him.
Oh,
versus
they spoke
just
for him. They
Oh
spoke
yeah,
for
they
him.
definitely
right.
spoke for him.
But verbally, once you put it out there, you can't take it back. You know, even
Okay.
if you try to apologize, it's harder. But if you just get up and say, you know what, I can't do it, I kind of feel for him a little bit.
Charlie, what do you got to say?
So I'm gonna put it in this perspective. So there have been 49 other quarterbacks that have lost the Super Bowl and have done that interview. That's all I gotta say. I mean, you get paid to do these interviews.
Mm-hmm.
You get paid these millions of dollars to play football games, but also at the end of the day, that reporter has a job to ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Answer the question, whether it be short or not. Answer that question. Don't give a disrespectful answer. I feel like if I went up and I said, hey Cam, I'm really sorry that you had a bad game. What's going on? And he didn't answer me. I don't know. I understand he's an athlete and there's emotions that are involved with that, but just answer the question.
If he's
Wait,
not,
hold on, Dre. Hold on. Let's let Josh jump in. Hold on, Josh.
I'll be.
I'm just here so I won't get fined, boss.
He just thinks you're gonna get fined. Okay.
No. So, okay, here's my thing with Cam Newton. Your question was he out of line?
Was he out of line? And you've already said you said he should apologize.
No.
Okay.
I thought he did.
Okay.
I don't think he should apologize. You say what you say.
So was he out of line?
I believe he could have handled it differently. Was he out of line? I think he did the wrong thing in that situation. He had a chance to really shut up a lot of haters still, because he has a lot of them. Now, what we remember through this season is that Cam Newton won, and he won loudly. He won proudly. Now, in this situation, he didn't win. So now you have the opportunity to, and he had a golden moment to do it, to show now those haters and doubters how you can lose gracefully and how you can be graceful in defeat. And he had the moment to say, okay, you know what, sit there through it. It's a hard situation to be a part of, but as loud as you won, you need to be as humble and graceful in the loss.
I agree with that.
And he should have done that.
And I think we have the picture.
And that shows
of,
maturity.
I think so too. I agree. I agree with everything you said verbatim, Josh. And we have the picture of Manning and Newton exchanging hugs in the middle of the field. And a lot of the social media narrative this week was, well, why isn't this the picture that's going viral? And of course, the media, social media included, is going to play up the negative side. The negative side is he stormed off of the podium and didn't finish his interview. And it's unfortunate that, yes, he did smile and give Manning a gracious hug in the middle of the field. But that's your responsibility, Charlie. I'm with you, and Josh, I'm with you too. You have to be gracious in defeat, and I think we would not be as angry with Cam storming off the podium if he hadn't been so boastful, if he hadn't been so flashy. Like, he was flashy as F during the season. Every time you're dabbing, you're taking pictures like this, taking pictures like this.
Because he's
That's
winning.
fine.
He got a lot of endorsements and money off
But
of it.
that's being a sore loser. Like, you can't teach your children, your nieces, your nephews to be super happy, when everything is going well. But when everything is going down, you're going to have a temper tantrum. He had a tantrum on the field. He didn't jump on the ball. He fell out in the end zone.
And you can make the argument that he quit on his team at that point.
I mean, and then you're going to have a tantrum on the podium. Like, you're an athlete. I get it. I've never played football, so I don't understand particularly how the emotions could be, the adrenaline is running after the game. But as an athlete myself, I know how the adrenaline can run no matter what your sport is. And you still have to adhere to a certain standard of being gracious in defeat. And he was a sore loser, Dre.
I mean, call it what you want to. I think, hey, I think he was emotional. I think he's you got to understand he's the whole dad. I've told you guys from the start.
What?
I didn't like the dab thing.
No.
I told y'all the whole thing. I didn't like the dab thing. I think you score. I love the thing giving the ball to the kid. I thought that was amazing. You know what I mean? So that's his personality. We can't judge him for who he is. What you can't take away is that he's a great player, he's a great athlete, and you hope that he learns from this.
Yeah.
Because it's all about leadership. As a quarterback being in that position, you got to always make the right. Nobody's
You do,
perfect,
though.
but you got to always at least try to make that right decision, because your teammates are going to look at that and they're going to remember that.
That
for
leads
sure.
me to my last
So,
question. You talked about having to try to make the right impression, the right decision. Is it fair that we hold quarterbacks to a different standard? You know, like Marshawn Lynch, we kind of made the whole Skittles thing and the whole I'm just here so I won't get fined. We kind of made a joke about that. But God forbid a Brady or Cam Newton or an Aaron Rodgers pulled that same I'm just here because I won't get fined trick that Marshawn Lynch did. Like he made a commercial out of it. So is it fair that we expect quarterbacks to act differently than we do a running back or another part of the team?
Drake, correct me if I'm wrong, because you played football.
For sure.
Now, there's
I
an
thought you played
assumption.
soccer.
There's an assumption. There's an assumption that the quarterback is de facto the leader of the team. It is his team. It is his squad. He is the captain. He is the coach on the field. Now, when you play under that assumption, as I think most of the sports world does have that assumption about football, you take on a certain responsibility, and that responsibility says that you have to be the representative of your team and your players. And Cam didn't do that. It may be a double standard that we hold quarterbacks to a different standard, but that is the standard we hold quarterbacks to.
Is it fair?
I think it's.
Yes.
I think.
It's fair.
Yeah. I mean,
Charlie?
go ahead. Yeah. Do your thing.
No. Go ahead.
I think it's absolutely fair.
Okay.
I think when you want and when you're in that spotlight, when you're the decision maker, when you're the play caller, when you have to live up to the expectations. And everybody wants to be up there, but everybody don't want to take the heat right that comes along with that.
Okay.
And it's a lot of responsibility, especially for a young quarterback. You know what I mean? Like a Cam Newton, you know, but I think it should all be the same. He should be held on the same standard that Tom Brady should be held on, because they're leaders of the team and they're the decision makers, and if their head is hanging low, then the other team, the players, the team, nobody should ever have to come and pick up the quarterback like, oh, it's okay. Like, you know, because if the quarterback's head is down, you out of the game.
Right.
Who can we count on if we can't count on
can
the
we
Right.
count on?
As
Get
he
that
goes,
ball.
the team
Right,
goes.
you know, right. He moves the offense. He
Right.
moves
Yep.
the team. He moves down the field. So I think it should be that way.
Okay.
And that's what it is.
Okay, I agree. We're gonna move on to Dre. Will or will not? Let's go through these.
Yes, sir. Will or will not. You know I like to do the fun stuff. So LaShawn McCoy was in the news recently for assaulting a police officer.
Off duty.
Off duty. Now they were in a club.
Yeah, give me the
some
story,
bottles.
give me the story.
Some bottles got the popping, and I guess they said something about a champagne bottle happening, and they didn't know whose it was, and they struck, and then they fought a nun, punched a nun.
Off-duty.
An
police
off-duty officer. Two, right? Were there two?
Two of them,
Yeah.
but only one of them got like
Injured in the hospital. Okay.
What were they
That was
fighting
really,
over?
really
They're
hurt.
fighting over the bottle?
But see, that's the thing, because they didn't really, they don't really give us all the information. But they said it was
What-
about a
what-
bottle. It
what
was
color
about
was
a
the bottle?
champagne bottle. I'm not sure, but it was a bottle.
Was it a black bottle?
If it was a black bottle, it could get red.
Black bottles
The
matter.
black bottles counts. Black bottles.
Is the bottle
matter.
okay?
Black bottles bad. I don't know if the bottle's okay, but the officer was not. One of the officers was not. So my thing is, LaShawn McCoy, will he play in the NFL again? Will or will not? Now, granted, he did get in trouble about 2013. He got in trouble for assaulting. Okay, so you remember he had a party bus. He had a party. Remember,
The
he made
stripper? Was it the
everybody.
stripper? Yep.
And he made everybody sign the
NDA.
Sign the NDA.
Which is smart.
Yeah.
Which is very smart. But what happened was he ended up kicking one of the girls off
Yep.
of the bus
She reported.
on the freeway, leaving her on the freeway.
She signed an agreement.
But she did,
Yeah.
but she sued him for $50,000, and she won.
That's all she sued him for?
That's all she sued him for, and she won.
that was
And
it.
she won. And she won.
Did he
And
find
she
her at a
won.
Motel 6 parking lot?
You know what? I don't know, my brother.
Okay, so hold on. Let's
But
get
my
let's get
question is,
back,
will
yes.
or will not? Do you think that he'll get a chance to play again? His contract is about,
Yes.
you know.
I say
Wait,
will.
sorry. I don't know the story. Did he face legal ramifications of this?
So they did put a warrant out for his arrest. I'm not sure if he turned himself in.
His people said he's gonna turn himself in whenever they bring the
Gotcha.
warrant. Yeah.
So they put a warrant out for his arrest now. It's out there, and I think they're trying to gather all the information and get everything, and he's gonna turn
I say
himself
he'll
in.
play. I say yes.
Think he'll play again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's definitely gonna play. It's easier to forgive.
Yeah.
I believe in that. So.
What about you?
He'll play.
Think he'll play again?
What about you?
I think he will. I think he'll play again. It's just so unfortunate, man, just to see these. Man, it's like every weekend, man.
That's
Yeah,
because that's because they're in the
Another one's
spotlight,
in the
though.
news.
They're in the
It's tough.
spotlight, and it's a small group of
Yeah.
people in the NFL.
Yeah, I do have to say this. Of athletes in the past couple of weeks, There's been Delman Young, that was a free agent. He choked a valet. There was Johnny Manziel. He hit his ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
And then we got...
And you know she went back and decided to actually file charges. You
Oh, good
remember
for her.
originally
Good for
they
her,
said
yeah.
she wasn't, but now she actually went back and
Good
filed
for her.
charges.
Yeah, and then we got Joe Jones for that with the driving without a license
Yeah.
and insurance when he hit and run previously in April.
Yeah.
I feel like it's too much going on right now, regardless of them being in the spotlight.
Yeah.
I that's my argument. They're in the spotlight. If you take 200 people, I mean, you're gonna find if you look at them, what kind of cases they've had in the last week or last 2 months, you'll probably find the same thing, if not a higher percentage.
Okay, I agree, but we have to move on in the interest of time.
Yeah, we good. All right, so look, next, Marshawn Lynch retirement. So he announced he is officially retiring. I think he's arguably one of the greatest running backs to play the game because of his tenacity, because of his drive, because he's one of those running backs that gives everything. He puts his body out there, so it's no secret that he's retiring because he's had some successful seasons. He's rich. He just signed an amazing contract, and he's going to go out with a decent body and with a decent bank account. So my question is, will he go down as one of the greatest running backs ever to play the game? Will or will not Marshawn Lynch go down as one of the greatest running backs to ever play the game?
So before we talk on it, he is 36th all-time leading rusher. So
I'm gonna say will not.
Not that high. Not that high up there. Not that high up there.
No, my answer is no, he will not.
Yeah.
But what I believe will happen, I don't think he's done. I think he'll come back. I think a smart move for him would be to play for the Rams, give some leadership to
With
Gurley,
Gurley.
and play against his former team in the NFC.
I like that.
Right?
yeah.
Plot
In the
twist.
NFC West.
Plot twist.
I don't. But for some reason, I.
So you think this like a little-
choose because players they retire for what is like contract reasons or something like that, but they come back and play for another team. I've seen it. I tend to believe that he's not done here. I think he's going to play somewhere else.
I absolutely disagree with you. I think he's done. I think he runs so hard.
That wasn't. But you answer the question.
Oh, what? So, okay. Well, I actually think that he will absolutely not go down as one of
Yeah.
the greatest running backs to ever play the game. People don't know him from being a great running back. They know him from running hard.
Yeah.
He had a couple big runs that like made him like, oh my God, that Super Bowl run that he had and changed the deal. So, and because of his flaws, because of all the media stuff, and that plays a big effect as well. You know, the guys that go, the Tony Dorsetts, the Eddie Georges, the guys that never got in trouble, the guys that just showed up, the Emmitt Smiths, the guys
Yeah.
that showed up and did their job consistently, won Super Bowls. Those are the guys that go down as the greatest. Not the guys that's in trouble, the guys that don't know how to hold a. He's so bad with the media,
Yeah.
and it's just I find it hard.
So
to-
he's really going to retire?
I think he is, man. I think he missed half of the season this
did.
year
Yep.
again.
He did.
You know, I think his body is just tired, man. And when you run that hard and you run that demanding, it takes a toll on you. Being a running back, I know. I play running back, so I can feel for him.
One more will not.
All right, will or will not. Derek Fisher fired as the New York Knicks head coach. They had a 23-31 start, okay? You know, obviously he played for Phil Jackson, right? And Phil, he made a comment. He said, basically what he said was he felt like Derek Fisher was a good pick because he was a younger guy. He had just got done playing, so he can relate to the players. But he kind of went back and said that he may not have been the best mentor. I mean, he may not have been the guy that he thought he would be to mentor those young players. What do you think? Will or will not? Do you think that'll hurt Derek Fisher's possibility for getting another job in the NBA?
Yes. Oh, you do. Oh, go, Charlie. Go.
No.
Will or will not?
I see him keep coaching again.
Really?
Yeah, I really do.
Okay.
In the NBA?
Yeah, I mean, okay. So if he had a different record, say for instance this season he went up 10 wins, he would have seen that as progression. With this, I feel him coaching again. I see him going to maybe a low market team, but I see him coaching again.
Like the Lakers, maybe.
Like the Clippers, I was going to say.
the Clippers probably.
Lakers. Definitely
Yeah,
Lakers.
the Lakers.
Definitely Lakers. So you say he will coach again in the NBA?
Will coach again in the NBA. What about you?
Yeah, I can see him coaching again in the
Really?
NBA. Yeah, they're coaches. They move around.
They do.
move around a lot, and he'll get another opportunity for sure. I mean, it may maybe not right away.
Yeah.
It may take an assistant coaching spot at some point, and then back to the head coaching spot. But he's not done coaching now.
I'm gonna say this. See, I want to put a time, like a parameter on the time. Like I think if he ever does coach again, it's gonna be 10, 15 years. So I'm just gonna say.
Oh, dude.
I'm gonna say 10 years. I'm gonna say he will not. Because I just like you have Jason Kidd who's done such a phenomenal job. I mean, I say phenomenal, but he did pretty well with Brooklyn and now with Milwaukee. I just don't think Derek Fisher has shown us that as long as he played in the NBA, he he didn't do better with the pieces he was given. So I'm going to say will not.
Wasn't
Memphis Grizzlies.
and I'm gonna say will not as well for two reasons. One is because Phil Jackson knows him. Phil Jackson has weight in the NBA. Phil Jackson has won championships. Phil Jackson has coached some of the best players.
Phil Jackson has only coached some of the best players.
Right, in the league ever. So I think for him to come out and say that he didn't have that mentor leadership is huge for the NBA. You know, that's a big knock on kind of your character. And maybe it's not character. Maybe it's just he just didn't gel with the players as he thought he would. So I'll say will not. And also, wasn't Derek Fisher in the news about Matt Barnes?
Oh, yeah, we talked about that.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Put him in
you
Memphis.
can't put
He'll get the fire going.
That's what you did.
You can't be a head coach.
Fight.
And be fighting with players and doing that kind of stuff. It's just not a I think that's what he means by not being a good mentor. You're not leading and doing the right thing for these young. It may not be basketball, but I think that had a part to do with it as well as the 23-31 start.
But the Knicks weren't doing anything anyway.
Porzingis, let us know out there what you guys think. And also, make sure you check my Twitter and Dre's Twitter so you can see what our necklaces are. We have a little surprise for you. I just got coerced into doing
It's on
this.
one too, don't trip.
Whatever. We'll let you know on social media, so you have to stay tuned to our Twitters. Thank you guys for watching The Branded Athlete every Thursday night at 7 o'clock, your favorite sports show. This is where you tune in every Thursday at 7 for the best news, sporting events, whatever, all that. I'm Erica Renee Davis. You can find me on Snapchat, Twitter, Periscope, and Instagram at Erica Renee D.
I'm Dre Dean, Andre the Giant, AUNDRETHAGIANT on Instagram and Twitter. And if the Patriots and the Broncos end up playing in the Super Bowl together somehow, let me know.
Hell will have frozen over.
I don't see how that
We
works.
would have won the second round.
I'm Charlie Myers. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Charles L. Myers.
Yo, I'm Joshua Johnson. Let's keep the conversation going. Holla at your boy on social media at JJ the Talented.
And you guys, make sure you guys show Charlie some love. He sat in for Raina tonight. He is our other host, so go follow him. Go follow him. You guys show him love too. As always, follow all things Black Hollywood Live at blackhollywoodlive.com. Follow Black Hollywood Live on Twitter at BHL Online, and follow us, The Branded Athlete, host on Instagram at The Branded Athlete. Until next Thursday night at 7. See ya.
Peace.
From executives Kevin Undergaro, Dario Christie, Tiana Hobson, and the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us. info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I am the official voice of Black Hollywood Live, Scipio. Instagram me at KingXOBay. Thanks for tuning in.
Hollywood Redefined.
The views expressed here are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.